Hi Parth, how are you?
Hello, Parth. Good. How are you, Parth?
Hello. I'm I'm
Looks
I'm
looks
fine
like
too. I'm
we're
fine too. Just waiting
yeah,
for
looks like we're talking to a
just
mirror.
yes.
Parth.
Hey, hi, Parth.
Definitely. And hi Pradeep, hi Pradeep.
Which
So
part? Which
let's
part?
start our show
Both of us.
both
Hi,
both
hi.
both of us. Well, let's
Yeah.
start our show. Hello guys, welcome to the Third Man's Cricket Show. I am the host for the day, Parth Rathore over here, and today it's the Orange Army taking on the DC Toli. It's Sunrisers Hyderabad versus the Delhi Capitals for match 20 of the Indian Premier League. And let's welcome our analysts on the panel today. We have Parth Arora with us, our analyst from the Delhi Capitals. Hi Parth, how excited are you for today's game?
Yes, I'm very happy. Three out of four games and one out of three games. Pradeep might be a concern today.
Good banter, and let's welcome Pradeep Kumar, our analyst from the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Hi Pradeep, how
Hi,
are you feeling about today's game?
hi, guys. So, yeah, clearly the stats are not on our side. The head to head is pretty weak here. But if anything to go by, I don't think we should go by stats, first of all. So, I believe SRH has a very good chance, and this is where we'll start climbing up the ladder, build some momentum.
You said stats don't matter, but a good stat for you over here is that the head-to-head record between SRH and Delhi Capitals is in your favor. 11 is to 7 in favor of SRH. So, does that give a boost to your team after, of course, finally kicking off on the points table, that formidable win against the Punjab Kings? You won by 9 wickets, and now your stats are, in your hand against Delhi Capitals. So, does that give a morale boost to the SRH
Yeah,
camp?
yeah, like definitely, because I think that'll be running in everybody's minds as well, right? Like it'll be running in the temper. Like players will be thinking about it when they go into the game, and that'll give them a bit of confidence. And like you rightly said, they just have the momentum going in the favor as well because they just got the victory now. And I think we've seen in the past as well. We've seen Mumbai do it numerous times. We've seen CSK do it numerous times where they come in late into the tournament. They start to get that one or two wins and they start building up from there. So I really hope that is the case for SRH as well, and I really hope the stats gods, stay with us this time as well.
Yeah, they can
And,
they can
not
get
to, not
happy. They can get happy over
Sorry?
the reading facts again and again.
Parth is on fire today, but having said that, SRH is truly one of the most consistent teams in the IPL for the past 4 5 years, and if a team like SRH misses out on the playoff spot, it's a big loss for your team, Pradeep. But we definitely hope that SRH bounces back, but at present there is only
They will.
one man who is bounce. At present, there's only one man who is bouncing back from a bad form, and that is our own Gabbar, the orange cap holder Shikhar Dhawan. Such a bad phase he was going through, in the internationals. There came a stage, there came a stage where he was not being picked up in the international team as well. And now you see, what the way he's playing, the way he's timing the ball is just so exquisite. And Parth, a word over Shikhar Dhawan's amazing run.
He is definitely troubling the selectors for the upcoming World Cup. His form has been very exceptional right from the start of the season, and he's carrying his form from the last season. I mean, it was very sad to see Shikhar Dhawan missing the century by just 8 runs, but hopefully he can do it tonight.
Hopefully, it is good to see, player like Shikhar Dhawan so in touch. And not to forget to mention, he has played one game less than all the others, and still he has the lead by 10 runs over KL Rahul for the orange cap. So that definitely gives a massive boost for Shikhar Dhawan, and again gives a headache to the Indian selectors, whom to go with for that opening slot. Should it be Rohit or Rahul, or should it be Rohit or Dhawan? But speaking of openers, let's move to one of the best openers the world has ever witnessed, the Aussie giant, the Reverend, as they call him, the Big Bull. Let's move to David Warner. David Warner is such a fantastic player, such a fantastic timer of the ball, but we haven't seen the touch of David Warner so far in the IPL. The first game he scored in single digits, then got a 50, but then in the next two games he got in 30s. So he's getting those starts, but he's not being able to convert those starts into good numbers. So is that a concern for SRH? Mostly that he's the captain of the team, and definitely expect your captain to anchor the innings and take the team ahead.
Well, I most definitely don't think that's a concern because, as you said, David Warner is a very, very seasoned cricketer, and he is somebody who's extremely, extremely comfortable with the Indian conditions. Like every IPL, he is there right on top for the orange cap contention as well, and he is very used to the Indian pitches as well. So right now, the Chepauk wicket as such has been very tricky, as we've seen the pitch is fatigued, and as games have gone by, it's become very tricky to bat on. But you'd still expect a batsman like Warner to keep that consistency going, especially since he is pretty good against the spinners as well. But no, I don't think generally his form is a concern right now, and I think promoting Bairstow up the order, sending him to open along with David Warner has helped him as well because he doesn't have to initially start, going for the big runs in the power play overs. It gives him a bit more time to anchor his inning and build it up slowly. So yeah, that's always a helping cause. And plus, this is again the last game at Chepauk as well. So yeah, I don't think it's a big concern at all. David Warner is a superstar, man. So he's just going to bounce anytime back, and he will pick it up.
Speaking of superstars, one of the star member of your team, Pradeep, is Manish Pandey. The way he has been performing over the past years, it's just staggering, and he's one of the most consistent players of your team. But last match, we got such a big shock that Manish Pandey was benched and Virat Singh was playing in place of Manish Pandey. And yes, Manish Pandey, he has scored runs in the matches that he has played, but his strike rate has been really low. So do you think that, Manish Pandey is is a proper fit in your playing area? Do you think Manish Pandey should be given more chances?
Manish Pandey, honestly, is very puzzling, man, because I personally have been a huge fan of his, buddy, because right after his under-19 World Cup performance, I've always rooted for him, and I've always thought this guy's got the right technique. I mean, he plays with a straight bat, and he has a good game to him. But then, yeah, it has been kind of puzzling, and there is a very, very strange stat also of Manish Pandey that I came across, that every time he's chased in 8 innings, he's faced more than 30 deliveries. Every time he's faced more than 30 deliveries in his inning, they have gone on to lose. His team has gone on to lose. So that just speaks volumes about his strike rate problems, right? So yeah, so much rather not have him play in the team. So yeah, Virat Singh is a much welcome candidate in the team right now.
That kind of a stat is just mind-boggling, and you wouldn't expect a player like Manish Pandey to have, especially when you have he's been performing so consistently for a team, you wouldn't want that stat in your team, for a player
right
like
now, by
Manish
now, I think
Pandey.
he's just become very toxic for the team overall. And I think, despite his bad form and everything, they've still stuck by him, and they've still had him in the middle order for SRH. So that also says how bad SRH's middle order has been, that they've had to rely on him. So yeah, it is a big concern. Middle order is definitely a concern, and I think Kane Williamson will come and try to fix that and stabilize that middle order.
You spoke about stabilizing the middle order. You related it to Kane Williamson. But let's move to Delhi Capitals, from one stabilizer to another stabilizer. Let's talk about Steven Smith over here. Parth, do you think that Steve Smith is that stabilizer which Delhi Capitals need, especially on a slow wicket like Chepauk?
Yeah, definitely. We would really like to see Steven Smith playing today because he is the kind of player who can keep rotating the strike frequently and keep taking doubles and singles frequently, which is required on a pitch like Chepauk. And if we look at his recent games at Chepauk, he has scored, I think, 330 plus scores at Chepauk, which is a decent to score. 30 plus it's like 50 on this kind of track. So definitely Steven Smith will play a huge role in this game.
Yes, definitely. Speaking about huge role, let's talk about Prithvi Shaw over here. Last year we saw, he got good starts. The first 3-4 games, Prithvi Shaw was amazing. He got to 50s, but then, we saw series of ducks for Prithvi Shaw. He failed in the IPL last year. He failed in the Australian tour as well. But what a turnaround he had in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. And a lot is expected from Prithvi Shaw, especially after that record-breaking season. And in the first match for Delhi Capitals, he did show glimpses of how much he has improved, especially the technical aspect of his batting, how well he has adapted. But then in the next 3 games, we haven't seen that Prithvi Shaw once back, and he's getting again just like David Warner. He's getting those starts, but he's not being able to convert them. So is that a worry for Delhi Capitals?
No, I don't think it's a concept of worry for Delhi Capitals because the first priority of the openers is to get the team to a good start so that they can score a big total. I mean, you need a fiery start in the first 6 overs in the power play, and Prithvi Shaw has been doing it pretty well. But yeah, like you said, he has changed his technique from the last season. Like if I have noticed that in the previous season and from the Australian tour, he was shuffling backwards towards the square leg umpire. But now we have seen him shuffling towards the point, which minimizes the gap between the batting pad, and I think this has improved his batting a lot. And like I said, the priority of the openers are to give a good start. But if the openers are able to play till 10 or 12th over, I think it's a cherry on the cake.
Definitely, you definitely want both your openers to bat till the 12th, 13th over, and put up a massive total on the board. But as you rightly said, he's getting those fierce starts for Delhi Capitals. He's scoring at a good strike rate. But from a fierce player, let's move to a calm and composed player. Let's move to Kane Williamson, captain of the Kiwis, and finally he got a place into the playing 11. And this is a question that even Sachit Kondinya has asked in the chat box. Do you think that Kane Williamson strengthens the middle order? Middle order, definitely. You also spoke, Pradeep, that it's an issue for SRH. But do you think that addition of Kane Williamson has actually made the middle order look much stronger than it was earlier?
I genuinely can't stress enough on Williamson's importance right now in the middle order because the general trend with SRH has been that once you remove the openers, it's like you plucking a card out of a house of cards, like right from the bottom, everything just keeps falling apart. So Williamson is definitely a much welcome addition. Like it's a huge addition, to be honest. And he again, I'd like to stress on this. He's again a very matured cricketer, so he knows how to handle his inning and how to pace his innings as well. So especially at a stadium like Chepauk, in a tricky wicket like Chepauk. So when you're chasing those 130s, 140s, I don't think you have a much better batsman in world cricket than Kane Williamson to take you over the scoreline. So yeah, so Williamson is definitely a huge addition. He's going to stabilize the middle order without a doubt. But again, I still don't think they have the depth. Virat Singh, again, we have to still wait and see how he's going to be performing this IPL. But I personally feel Virat Singh is another excellent addition to the team. So I really hope SRH keep backing the youngster as well because he's shown some promise. He's definitely he looks like a good player. It looks like there's a good player there, and he's performed well in the Karnataka Premier League as well. So yeah, Williamson is definitely a massive addition.
And as Parth was talking about Steve Smith, the way he can take those singles, rotate the strike well on a slow wicket. Williamson is also similar kind of player. He's one of the most versatile players, if I may say.
Exactly.
He can change the gears, from scoring boundaries in consecutive overs to just sticking to singles and doubles. That is a very unique ability that Williamson has, and that should prove very handy for SRH in the middle overs. And that's what we saw in the previous game as well. As the wicket was getting slower against the Punjab Kings, Kane Williamson, his strike rate was not, he was playing at run a ball, but he was playing defensively, he was playing calmly, just rotating the strike along with Johnny Bairstow. But speaking of Johnny Bairstow, do you think that Johnny Bairstow is the perfect opener that SRH has always been looking for?
I mean, do you think that question is even there on the table right now? Because I think Bairstow has clearly proved that. I mean, he's just there, man. Like he's one of the first names on the team sheet, along with somebody like Rashid Khan and probably even David Warner. So yeah, Bairstow has again shown that he has the ability to play against the spinners on pitches in India where it's been tricky. Even in the India versus England series where he went on to score a century and he looked pretty much at ease. So right now what I love about him is that he's kind of giving a lot of room for Warner to take some time and build his confidence up a bit, because Warner is definitely struggling a little. So what Bairstow does is that he takes the pressure off him. He goes straight away scoring runs in the power play overs, and Warner can take his time, settle in, and once he starts timing, Warner can again. He is a player who can play that long inning as well. So yeah, Bairstow is pretty much the first name there on the team list.
Yes, definitely. Even though you said that Bairstow is the first name, but last year we saw Bairstow missing out a couple of matches, 3-4 games, and Saha came into open. But speaking of openers, both the teams have dynamite opening combinations. For the Delhi Capitals, it is Shikhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw, and SRH. Frankly speaking, in my opinion, one of the deadliest opening combos in the IPL. David Bourne and Johnny Bairstow. So, Parth, my question first to you: how important is the opening partnership between Shikhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw going into today's game?
Yeah, like I said, an opening partnership is very crucial when it comes to getting the team to a big total, because you need that start in the first 6 overs. You need that boost in the first 6 overs, which lays a base for the middle order batsmen and the finishers to finish the game off. And I think it would be very crucial for the openers to give a good start on a wicket like Chepauk, where chasing is a bit difficult.
And Pradeep, Delhi Capitals are already at number 3 in the points table. And looking at RCB's current match, it doesn't seem that RCB is going to win in any sort of way. So that definitely means that today Delhi Capitals have a go at placing themselves at second place in the points table. If they win with a massive margin, then they might even see themselves at the top of the table. But speaking of that, how important is the opening stand for you? Of course, it's a bombshell. Your opening, it's a powerhouse. And how much do you want them to fire today in front of a mighty team like Delhi Capitals?
Yeah, like you said, they are the powerhouse of SRH. Unfortunately, we don't have any kind of backup power at all there. So once the main powerhouse is shut, it's pretty much we are powerless to say the least. So yeah, it is a team which is extraordinarily dependent on their performances, because every time one of them just has to simply perform. Otherwise, the middle order just don't have the ability to play the inning, take it long, and finish the games for SRH. So that has always been a problem. And another concern for SRH this season is that SRH has always been a very good fielding unit. A team that can bowl really well, keep it, even if they score 130, 140, even those low totals, they've always been able to defend. But now people like Natarajan, who won't be available for the rest of the tournament, and even Bhuvi is again in and out of the team, and they're massively dependent on Rashid Khan this season. So with that being said, I think even their bowling isn't as reliable as it always has been. So it is extremely imperative that the openers get off to a good start, and they position the team in a very good place when they're batting. So yeah, I just can't stress enough on how important Bairstow and Warner are for the team.
One thing I would like to mention that Shikhar Dhawan has played the recent 5 matches at Chepauk, and he has scored a 45 and a 63 and a 92. So Hyderabad, beware.
A mighty warning from the Delhi Capitals analyst over here. But Pradeep, SRH definitely came into the IPL as mentioned one of the strongest bowling units, which you also said right now. And yes, your points were very valid. But tell us about Rashid Khan. He's such a superstar, and what kind of an impact has he had on the SRH bowling unit?
Rashid Khan is simply unbelievable, buddy, right? I mean, he's a superstar, massive superstar. He's one of those rare cricketing elements that can just turn the match on its head by himself. Just that one player. I mean, there are nights where Rashid Khan is there everywhere on the field. Like, there are a few players where this saying applies. Like, if Rashid Khan doesn't go to the ball goes to Rashid Khan. It simply finds him. You can't take him out of the game. And he always contributes to the bat as well. So massive superstar who can, influence the game to a large extent. So yeah, Rashid Khan is an absolute superstar, and I would say he is the most important player for SRH without a doubt. And especially on a track like Chepauk, I believe he's going to be the match changer. He's going to be the game changer. So yeah, Rashid Khan, what an amazing character. So and
And
also
DC,
I believe
honestly,
DC would be
I
really
believe
happy if
he's
they
a
score like 15 to 20 runs on Rashid's spell today.
yeah,
yeah
definitely, because Rashid Khan, नाम सुन के ही डर लगता है, बैट्समैन लोग को कि अरे राशिद
exactly.
खान का
So
Yeah,
I
he's going
mean
to bowl
he
four
is one
over,
of
that's
those
the nightmare
bowlers
for the batsman.
who has that ability, right? He strikes fear even before he comes in bowls. He's like a Bumrah or somebody like that, where batsmen go with the mentality that okay, I'll just play him off, and I'm happy scoring 3 to 4 runs and over as long as I don't lose my wicket to him. So yeah, that itself is a huge mind game that is being played there. So and Rashid Khan is just very impressive. So yeah, he's somebody to fear for
And
anybody.
Yeah, definitely. And as Parth also said right now that DC wouldn't mind getting just mere 15 or 20 runs from his bowling. It would be a big plus for Delhi Capitals in my opinion. If they don't lose wicket in Rashid Khan's spell and they manage just even 15 20 runs, they are also good enough as far as you're not losing wickets, and then you can go and accelerate because batsman को भी वो relief मिलता है कि यार, चलो अच्छा राशिद खान का ओवर खत्म हो गया,
खत्म
now
हुआ.
there is no threat to us.
Exactly.
Now there's no threat to us. Now we can go and hit the ball. But and hats off to SRH management. He was such a young player, and you got him in the auction, and he's been a phenomenal player, not
Such
just
a
for SRH,
revelation.
but for and for
For the
international
sport of cricket
cricket as
itself,
well.
yeah, he's a good.
Definitely, and he's just short of 100 wickets, international wickets, and he's done that in in nearly 50 matches, and that's very impressive, very impressive. And yes, Rashid Khan is a player to watch out for. But from one leg spinner, let's move to another leg spinner. Let's talk about Amit Mishra. He is an IPL great. He's an IPL legend. And last time around in Chepauk, we saw Mishra magic. 4 wickets against a mighty team like Mumbai Indians. Parth, do you expect a similar performance from IPL's greatest once again?
yes, definitely. He's the I think the second highest wicket taker in IPL, and
Yes, yes, yes.
he's the most underrated experienced bowler ever in the IPL. So looking at his performance in the last game, I think his ability and the environment also favored him. Looking at the Chepauk wicket, it grips the ball grips and it favors the spinners and they get a lot of run on there. But even if the conditions favor you, I mean you need to perform. For example, if the team is playing at Wankhede, I think only 1 or 2 batsmen perform and score big. But the conditions are the same for everyone to perform at the same time. So I think Mishra has done that pretty well, and I'm hoping he will continue that form tonight.
Yes, definitely. And speaking about form, let's talk about one more player from your team who doesn't seem in the right form as of now. Let's talk about Shimron Hetmeyer. In the previous season of the IPL as well, he didn't click off. Just one match where he scored 50 odd runs, but that too was on a very small Sharjah ground. And even in the 4 games that has happened, that he missed out in one of the matches. But apart from that, the 3 games that he's played, he hasn't been in the touch. The way he plays for the West Indies, he hasn't been in that particular form. So is Shimron Hetmeyer's form really a concern for Delhi Capitals, or do you think that they should play another foreign player in place of Hetmeyer, or maybe they can get an Ajinkya Rahane back in the playing 11?
I think you missed one stat of him. Recently, when DC played against SRH, it was the qualifier, and Hetmeyer scored a decent 38, which helped them to reach the finals. So, and looking at his performance this season, it did not get much opportunity to bat. I mean, he only got a chance to bat in the last game with the MI, and he scored I think 20 odd runs, which was a really crucial innings because the wicket was not helping the batsman, and he's a kind of player who can hit the ball from ball one, but at that stage, the team needed to score like singles and doubles, and I think he did the job pretty well, and he played responsibly, and I think there will be no change in DC's side today. I think they will go with Admire today as well.
And another question for you, Parth. This is from the chat box, and Sachit asked this question. What do you think would be DC's approach in the death overs against SRH, considering DC's poor performance in death overs with the ball this season?
With the ball,
Yeah, with the ball, this yes, DC has been taking a little bit of runs in the death, and especially not to mention, and it's hard for me to say this, but yes, Kagiso Rabada is one of those players who has been leaking runs as well. So, what should be Delhi Capitals' approach in the death overs game?
I think learning from the mistake, Rishabh Pant will keep one or two overs for Ravi Ashwin in the later half of the game, and this will like definitely help the DC to perform well in the death overs because we all know like how Ravi Ashwin performed in the recent India-England series. We should ask that from Joe Root. And talking about Rabada,
I also
talking
believe
about
Akshar
Rabada,
Patel is also available
yeah.
this time. I believe Akshar Patel is also available for the game. Eh?
They both can
Akshar Patel
create a
was-
distraction. They both
Yes,
can make
yes,
a distraction
definitely,
for the
yes,
SRH.
Uh, and Pradeep rightly said that Akshar Patel also performed very well in the series. But let's talk about today's game for now. And we are just a couple of minutes away from the toss. So quickly, Pradeep, you go first. Your toss predictions. What should the team winning the toss choose?
I think Warner should not have a second thought on this. Like, win the toss, bat first, definitely, because Chepauk has been a pitch where it has favored the first team batting first, and team chasing has, albeit there might Dew might come into factor, and the team bowling second might have some difficulties. But I think either way, I think batting first, you always have a better chance. And like I said, SRH is definitely a much better fielding side, and they can always restrict teams within chasing the total. So yeah, so without a second thought, I think Warner should just elect to bat first.
Win toss and bat first is what Pradeep says. The Parth, do you agree to Pradeep's opinions?
Look, man, I don't know like what would happen because if you look at the start of the season, the Chepauk wicket, the first few matches that happened on Chepauk, the team batting first won the match, and if you see the few recent few matches, the team batting second won the match. So it's unpredictable. I mean, what will happen today? Let's see how the toss goes.
But Pradeep, just you're speaking about Dew factor coming in. Do you in the previous two games also? We saw that Dew did come in. The game which Punjab won against Mumbai Indians. There was Dew in the later stages. The game that even Delhi won against Mumbai Indians. I don't know why I'm speaking about Mumbai Indians so much, but it's just those things have Dew has come into place in these games, and it did become a little bit easy for the teams chasing. So still, do you think that Warner would be having that thought at the back of his mind? That he might even choose to bowl first.
I think I think it's rational to think that Dew is going to come in, but I don't think it is been as big a factor as the other things that should be that should influence his decision as such, because Dew has played his part in a couple of games, like you said, but I don't think it's been consistently showing to consider that as a problem. And either way, I think go bat first. You can put up the total, and SRH is always a team that can defend the total well. So I don't think they should think too much about it and just go and bat first. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Very rightly
I think
said.
the Dew can equalize the competition because the wicket is favoring the bowlers, and at the same time, the Dew might make it difficult for the bowlers to bowl. So I think it will be an equal competition if you move to a later stage of the game.
That was a very good point made by you, Parth, over there. Yes, the Chepauk wicket is, has traditionally, helped the bowlers, especially the spinners, coming into the middle overs as the pitch gets slower and slower. And that was very right of you that, the Dew will equal things out. Okay, we have the news from the center over here. Delhi Capitals have won the toss and they have elected to bat first. Parth, your views on this particular toss?
It might be a good decision because they know that Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan are going to through a good form, and they can easily get to the team to a good start. So can they can reach a total of 150 and 160, and it would be a match-winning total. And looking at the performance of Shikhar Dhawan in the previous game, he scored a match-winning 45, and I think he would carry this form in this match as well.
And Pradeep, you have lost close games chasing, but the match where you won was also while chasing on Chepauk itself. So, how do you feel about this particular toss?
I think toss didn't favor us, but I think that shouldn't affect the match's outcome as much because statistically speaking, we've always bettered Delhi Capitals. So, and also that being said, I think Warner and Bairstow will play an important role, and I think Rashid Khan is going to have an excellent game today. I hope I didn't jinx it, but I think Rashid Khan will be a huge factor. Given the wicket and given how much he can get to turn the ball and especially against somebody like Bairstow, Williamson, it's crucial that he gets to their wickets as well. So yeah, I think Rashid Khan will have a lot of say in the game and hope for the best.
And another news from the center is that Lalit Yadav sits out and Akshar Patel is back. Finally, we are seeing Akshar Patel. Akshar Patel is back in the IPL, and after such a phenomenal series, which Pradeep just mentioned a few minutes ago, he was so instrumental in the win against England. And it was the duo of Ravichandran Ashwin and Akshar Patel, and especially in the matches that were held in Chepauk, the second Test match. And now we are seeing Ashwin and Akshar Patel back again in the stadium of Chepauk. So Parth, do you feel happy about the inclusion of Akshar Patel?
It's the same for me if Lalit Yadav or Akshar Patel plays because we have seen Lalit Yadav with the bat and with the ball in the previous game. He bowled his 4 overs with the economy of like 4 point something, and he took a crucial wicket of Krunal Pandya. And with the bat, I think in the previous 2 matches he performed with a sensible mind and played with responsibility because that's what the team needed. I mean, singles and doubles at that time. But yeah, the team management would have considered the fact that how destructive Akshar Patel and Ashwin can be on that wicket.
And speaking of Ashwin over here, I have a matchup. Ashwin has always gotten the better of David Warner. And since David Warner is not going through that good a form, and it is Chepauk, it is Ashwin's favorite ground in the whole of the world. And so, do you how should David Warner approach Ravichandran Ashwin?
Like you said, that's always been an international matchup, be it IPL, be it any India-Australia series as well. So there's always been a duo that people have eagerly watched for. But I think Warner is again a very mature cricketer, so I think he will leave Ashwin to the right-handers. I don't think he'll fancy his chances against a bowler like Ravi Ashwin. So he's just going to rotate and he's just going to sit it out. And I think a player like Bairstow or a player like Williamson can take care of Ravi Ashwin, hopefully.
Pradeep, I am so sorry, but I have to stop you over here because this is a shocking news over here. Bhuvneshwar
Please don't tell me
Kumar
Williamson
is sitting out. No, Williamson is playing. Don't worry, Williamson is playing, but Bhuvneshwar Kumar is sitting out, and Jagdisha Suchit has been added to the team. I mean, it does, strengthen your batting order a bit. Suchit is an all-rounder. He can bowl spin and he can bat also. But losing Bhuvneshwar Kumar is, it doesn't compensate. That your batting is increasing, but losing Bhuvneshwar Kumar is a big loss. How do you feel about Bhuvneshwar Kumar not playing the game?
I really feel that we have to win against all odds here, man, because already Akshar Patel getting fit is not a good news for us. And this again is a shocker. I mean, I think I kind of jinxed it earlier by talking about Bhuvneshwar Kumar being in and out. That is definitely shocking. I don't know. I just hope for the best. Just really hope for the best. And is Sandeep Sharma playing? I haven't had the chance to look at the lineup. Okay.
Sandeep Sharma is not playing.
Okay.
And coming to that point also, who should be the perfect replacement for Natarajan? Since Natarajan has been ruled out, again it's
Khalil
a big
Ahmed.
setback for Khalil Ahmed. Okay, you even have options like Siddharth Kaul is there, Sandeep Sharma is also there. Still, you'd go with Khalil Ahmed as the
He's going
perfect
for a
replacement.
left
It's
replacement.
yeah, it's a like for like replacement. I think Khalil Ahmed, he has been very consistent whenever he's had the chance to play as well, and it's just a similarity, isn't it? Like between him and Natarajan, like both left-handed pacer, and they offer that different angle as well when they come left arm over the wicket. So Khalil Ahmed is always an interesting option, but like I said, I would have liked to see Sandeep Sharma also in place of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, because Sandeep Sharma is again a very underrated bowler, I feel, because he has performed consistently. He has those variations, and he can bowl really well in the death overs as well. So yeah, again, it's a very interesting choice. We just have to wait out and see how it works.
And to add to you, Pradeep, Sandeep Sharma's stats in the IPL are as similar to IPL's greatest bowler, Jasprit Bumrah. So a player like him, setting out is definitely a little bit of worrying. But the reason I think that Sandeep Sharma is not included in place of Bhuvneshwar Kumar is because, of course, we were discussing that Chepauk is a slow wicket, it assists the spinners, so that's why maybe Jagdisha Suchit has been added to the squad. But do you think that Kedar Jadhav might have also been a good addition in place of Suchit?
Definitely.
Hello, I think Pradeep is stuck.
Because he knows that SRH will lose today.
I like that. I like that. Okay, by the time Pradeep comes, Parth, I have a question to you. Do you think that the due factor? Do you think that it evens out the fact that Chepauk is a slow wicket?
Yes, definitely. If you see the Chepauk wicket favors the spinners and the slower bowlers, so it's a bit difficult for the batsman to score at later phase of the game in the death overs. So I think the dew coming in would definitely make it difficult for the bowlers to bowl, and it would set an equal competition to both the bowling and the batting.
Yes, definitely. And one interesting question which I have, and this question I've been, I actually have not gotten any particular answers for this very question. How were AB de Villiers and Glenn Maxwell, able to capitalize so well on this Chepauk wicket, and none of the other batsmen that have played on Chepauk till now have seen this comfortable batting on this particular pitch. What was it that AB de Villiers, in particular AB de Villiers, did in the latest stages of that game against Kolkata Knight Riders that he just took the game away? I mean, no one expected to have a 200 plus total on board on this Chepauk wicket, but hats off to RCB. They scored 200 plus on that game, and AB de Villiers was just so fantastic. But what was the thing that both de Villiers and Maxwell did? That they adapted to the pitch so well, which no other batsman has been able to do till now.
Look, man, seriously, I don't have an answer for this question. No doubt that they both are next level players. I mean, AB de Villiers is an exception. He can score lowest to, I think 10 and 12 runs in 200 balls, and we have seen him getting the 150 run mark in just 49 balls. So I think they both are next level players, and I think the things have turned out for Glenn Maxwell since he has joined the RCB, and I think he has been in form after 4 or 5 years. And I think I don't know, man, how they are performing so well on that Chepauk wicket. I mean,
And if you ask me, every single team has an X factor player. But if you ask me, the X factor of IPL, I would definitely say it's AB de Villiers. That guy is, really out of the world. And to be very honest, it's unfair to compare him with other players when it comes to the IPL. He's proven it time and again why he's such a great player. But as we wrap up as we wrap our show, Parth, who do you think will be the X factor in today's match? I know what your answer is going to be, but still.
No, I have one more player to look out for. Okay, first one, you know the answer, man. Everyone knows the answer of this. The first one I would like to watch out is Shikhar Dhawan, and the second one I would like to see is Amit Mishra. Seeing his recent performances and his stats in the IPL, and considering he's playing on the Chapak wicket, it would be interesting to see how he crushes the SRS batsmen.
Yes, definitely, very rightly said. And we are just a few minutes away from the match starting. It's the SRH versus Delhi Capitals. A lot of things at stake today. SRH will look for those 2 points on their board, and DC, after RCB's bad performance in today's game, will definitely eye the top two spots by winning the match. So I hope we have an amazing encounter as we have been having in the IPL so far. This is the toughest T20. This is the toughest league in the whole world. I hope you enjoy the match and do join us for the post-match session right after the match ends. Until then, we sign off. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Parth.
Yeah, see you.